Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you play for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll ride into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world's calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you play for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch a dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world is calling you.
And we are back onto the rep within the game of NU National University RA versus UCC QTS on the red side. I really love how we talked about their bans and how we anticipated this game. And for the Velkas that you had some mixed feelings with, but let's see if this is going to be a game worth remembering.
Well, a pretty standard start for both teams. Both opted for a defensive start, covering all possible entrances to their jungle, just to make sure na walang makukuhang information yung other team. So, as of now, we can see that all the laners are really opting for this defensive start na walang mababurn na summoner spells or early leads from those invades.
Definitely. I mean, one thing that you really hate the most in any type of game is getting cheesed on.
Of course. I
You don't want to get the part where, let's see, like what happened in the previous games that we saw. That, let's see, they rush this item, they win a game like that. It's that type of playstyle that sometimes can really make you feel bad in a way that this is not my best and I've lost to this. And this is what both teams, they don't want to lose against.
And speaking of rushing items, we can see that Tristana started with a Targon, and with the Targon start, it will help Janna to get the Relic Shield.
The Relic Shield. Plus the it's gonna be the Ardent Sensor Rush.
Ardent Sensor Rush, and it's just given towards the meta na Janna has to rush Ardent Sensor to be her most effective, to be in her most effective state. Meanwhile, kay Lulu naman, she got the Spell Thief's Edge, right?
Yep.
It's a Spell Thief's Edge to make sure na her pokes will be more efficient, actually.
And when talking about efficiency, it's also how she can gather the gold compared to the Amulet Coin. I have a question for you, Umi. What's faster? What's a faster gold gold mechanic? Would it be the Spell Thief's Edge or the Amulet Coin?
The Amulet Coin actually is faster.
Oh, really?
Honestly. But kahit ma-proc mo yung Spell Thief's Edge po ulit-ulit, the coin is just more efficient in terms of gold advantage. Pero, the Relic Shield just gives it more justice na mag-rush ng Ardent Sensor.
And the sustain too.
Yeah, true. The sustain as well.
So nearing the 3-minute mark, nothing happened so far. No first blood shed so far. This is going to be a very staling phase. I guess we will be seeing a a corrupting potion start for the Trundle, whereas the Doran Shield will be the Michelangelo starting item. And Maokai, as we always said, you can never
Never
kill
die.
a Maokai.
And we were talking about farming the lanes. Of course, you would want a defensive start in their lanes because uh,
Ooh, here it comes. Michelangelo doing his best. Splinter doing his best against Carnegie. Carnegie flashes away. Zulbi. Blaze recuperating from that gank because nothing happened so far. No first blood just yet. This is going to be very tense because we all know that when you are on your first date, it's very hard to break the ice. And in this case, the first blood is always the icebreaker to any game. Once that first blood is shed, you can expect that teams will be really more proactive. But right in the ball lane side, a lot of damage onto Pixelated. Look at the shield and the barrier, the Howling Gale for the knockup. Great CC control and protection coming from
now
Carlis.
talking about breaking the ice, that first blood usually is a start for a more proactive team na lilipat na ng lanes, invading the jungle, tower dives. Kasi usually first blood happens pre-6 or it's 6 na. So that moment they have a little bit of health and a little bit of courage to actually do tower dives and daring plays like a 4-man tower dive to bot lane, then get first turret. It all starts with those early macro plays for you to get the lead you want for your team.
And it's going to be that lead to change how things will turn out. I mean, the flow of the game, who is going to snowball, who will dictate who wins, and who will lose in the laning phase.
I'm just a little bit in an awkward state about the itemization of Maokai. We can
Ooh,
see
you're right.
one Doran's shield and one Doran's ring, which will actually papabagalin niya yung pagbili ng tanky items that Maokai needs in order to survive long fights. Pero nga, you're against a Trundle with high survivability inside the lane
And
with
this
that
is just
passive.
yeah, and this is just showing from that brawl they had. Oh my goodness, Michelangelo might just get the first blood here. Fearless diving in, and I think that was a mistake for Paul Kappa. He had a flash. He had the flash, and then he still went back to the turret. I don't know what he was thinking there. That's going to be a free first blood for Michelangelo.
That's where the two Doran start shines actually kasi it gives you early stats
Yeah.
enough for you to tower dive or win against a Trundle. And usually you don't just easily win against a Trundle in trades because he steals AD from you, steals armor from you. But then again, if you have this early basic stats with the Dorans,
And now an early Ninja Tabby from that first blood. Paul Kappa will have a nightmare in the top lane. Maybe have to retire his killing potential, killer's instinct when it comes to a Maokai. He will never kill that Maokai.
yeah, unless he gets a well-timed gank from Sejuani and Subjugate as well, he now really needs that Subjugate in order to kill a Maokai with a Ninja Tabi. Yung nananakaw niyang AD from Maokai wouldn't mean that much with that
Oh.
Ninja Tabi on him.
Leonardo getting a bit too aggressive with that twitch. Team Raphael is spotted in the mid lane. It's more of showing UCC and NU's. I would say they are just showing their faces around just to make sure that they feel pressure because as laners, you will always be on the constant lookout. And where's the jungler at? Where are they going? I have no wards in my river. This is going to be NU's disadvantage because looking at the vision control of UCC, look at the river and look at the bot lane. All red words all throughout, especially the shrine from the scuttle. UCC has complete control of the map.
Now, speaking of map control and wards, and also ganks from the jungler, we have to take note na walang flash si Vel'Koz. And a well-timed gank from Gragas would mean a Splinter snowballing. And if Orianna snowballs early on, the tower dives will be much more efficient, and actually the whole team fight scenario for UCC will be a lot more different if Orianna gets ahead in the mid lane. But we can see that in response to having no flash, the mid laner for NU was just farming with his Q and W, which fairly has long range.
Long range and the safety, but right now, At this moment, again, 4-man gang, Howling Gale in. The knockout will not happen with Donatello flashing away, but the Glacial Prison will be the saving grace for National University.
So much damage coming from the ultimate of
So much
Vel'Koz.
CC too.
So much CC. It's a long range style, man. So
Long range with style.
And to think the CC lock from that play was just really amazing towards the UC for NU.
So
Here's a replay of what
happened.
happened bottom lane. A well-timed gank from NU plays there, and a great glacial prison from Carnegie just securing that kill towards Donatello. And it's a basic play. It's a 4-man play at the bottom lane. Usually it translates into a first turret, but then again, it's still early on in this game, and we can't really push a turret this far ahead unless we get a two kill response, 2 for 0. We only got Lulu. They only got Lulu in that trade.
Only getting Lulu is not that rewarding, but it is something that's still a lot of gold value on that Lulu. So let's see though. Mountain Drake will be the first Drake. You can see that, as I recall, this will always be a bot centric if the Drakes are looking good. Leonardo with the aggressive plays, thanks to Donatello. But this will backfire, seeing how Carnegie is there again to the bot lane. Teleport coming in, Wild Grip for the knockout. Leonardo gets a Permafrost with the Buster Shot to knock him back, and the Monsoon for the heal, but Donatello doesn't care. He's going straight for the Janna with Carnegie tanking in. It'll be Michelangelo taking the kill.
That was a great teleport play by Michelangelo, immediately teleporting after the fight breaks out. That saves his teammate Leonardo from death, and also almost translating into a kill from them. Now they're opting to take the Mountain Drake.
Should they though? This is going to be very risky. I mean, okay, they had a good start. Let's not
here's a
see
replay
it.
of what happened at the bottom lane. You can see Carnegie with another well-timed gank, but then again, Michelangelo with a flashy, actually a well-timed teleport as well, canceling and negating that gank from Carnegie, almost actually translating into a kill towards Carlisle.
So Carla will be the prize that UCC will take away. The Mountain Drake has yet to be secured, but in the mid lane, Glacial Prison and the Shockwave has been spent. And there is the deleting Ray. Blaze, though, did not secure the kill just yet. So much damage coming in from that Death Ray.
Well, coming from that Death Ray was also a burnt flash for Vel'Koz once again. And now that Vel'Koz doesn't have flash, we have to take note that the dragon is up. If ever a dragon fight breaks out, a caught-up Vel'Koz from the Twitch or the Gragas will be an automatically dead Vel'Koz.
That's very true, and especially the Disintegration Ray, I gotta say, is gonna be very something that you have to watch out for. You can't let that Vel'Koz fully channel that Disintegration Ray. It's gonna be death, so they do have the Orianna for the disruption. It's only a matter of time where Raphael can easily use a cask. So this is good matchup, good compensation for the UCC's composition.
Looks like UCC isn't really aware or is now aware. Kanina kasi hindi nila naabutan and hindi nila naamoy na nag-Rift Herald ng NU. And now that Rift Herald is its NU side, they might use it towards top lane to make sure that they push it papuntang inhibitor or use it as a distraction for them to get a dragon.
That's very true. I mean, when you want to get the Mountain Drake, you have to at least delete the jungler to not have a smite contest. It all comes down to timing.
Yeah.
Timing is very important right now.
And having the Rift Herald in general is like having a whole team pushing one lane. So basically, you can go as a 5-man unit at the bottom lane, push the bottom lane turret, first turret, get dragon, and Rift Herald should be placed at the top lane. That means one champion or two champions should respond sa top lane, and bottom lane will be forced at the 3v5 scenario.
That 3v5 scenario was something that you hate to be the one on the loose end of that stick, especially seeing how the Mountain Drake is really taking its time, staying there, just chilling out, taking some EXPs from the air, leveling up, and waiting who will be the one to first take him home.
And again with that dragon, we have to anticipate for the dragon fight because one question should be asked to NU before they try and take the dragon. Vel'Koz needs to have flash. The UCC has a composition that can easily disposition Vel'Koz, and having a disposition Vel'Koz.
Oh, the cast for a call off and a shockwave, but that's going to be 2 ultimates down for UCC.
And a dead jungler. This might be a free dragon for UCC.
I don't think it's going to be that free just yet. Blaze does have the life disintegration rave. Buster shot is available. Polkappa has the teleport, same as for Michelangelo. But
And Tristana is moving in, and a teleport, actually a late teleport from NU, a fight will break down.
And this could be an overcommitting from UCC. Polkappa is there subjugating Splinter. He's very soft right now. They're grouping up and they are backing away, and that's going to be free! Free full channel ultimate from Blaze, but the Monsoon will be the resetting tool for the heal, and Blaze is just being completely ignored. Everyone is focusing on the Pixelated, and look at the 2 tanks just chasing that soft ADC. Burning the barrier will save his life, same as the Flash. There comes Carnegie for the save, and again, Blaze is not yet out of the fight, still aiming for a kill, trying to get something out of that Mountain Drake pit. Clash to the Michelangelo is very low. He does get shielded by the Lulu. Very low health. Oh, the Arctic Assault and the Frost will be enough for the shutdown.
It's a messy fight for NU, but then again, the extended team fight gave them a little bit of advantage. Here's a replay of what happened. We see that UCC got the dragon. A late teleport comes in from NU, but Trundle gets immediately deleted after trying to rage into 5 people. And we can see Carlisle as well with having max stacks of poison. It's just a messy fight for NU overall. And kahit walang shockwave si Oriana that fight, just the sheer health of UCC in that fight made them win.
And that's going to be a very heavy penalty for NU. They lost the Mountain Drake, and a lot of gold was given to UCC. Oh, the cask! The cask was a bit too short, not long enough. Was a bit of a letdown for Raphael, because that would have been his saving grace.
UCC trying a flashy play out there. I mean, nakita natin si Gragas, pumasok siya with the ball and the shockwave misses, he flashes in. And then because wala na siyang pang body slam, wala na siyang escape tool, he gets instantly melted by that death ray.
And that death ray is going to be the winning point for NU. So far, 3-5 kill score, 17 minutes into the game. No Drake is up just yet, but it will be the Ocean. Still one of the...
What? Alright, so here you look at Rip Herald is a little bit lost there. But
what?
What's more surprising is that, I mean impressing, is NU, even if they're down 2 kills, they're actually up in gold by 2k.
Oh, what's the Rift Herald doing?
He's stuck with the Crocs, I guess, chilling with his little bros.
So I guess UCC is curious. Wait, where's the Rift Herald?
He's down there with the Krugs in the red side.
But they don't know that. That is the element of surprise, and I think Polkappa will try and remedy.
This will be the surprise weapon of NU. Imagine Rift Herald being popped in the enemy team, not knowing where that Rift Herald is.
Could this Rift Herald actually last throughout the whole game? And that's gonna catch UCC by surprise. They're like, huh? Saan galing ng Rift Herald na to?
And kung iisipin mo, dahil nga nagamit na yung Rift Herald, available na ulit yung trinket ni Trundle. So he can place wards anywhere in the map, and while having the option of attacking the Krugs once and to release the big Krug.
Maybe if he uses the Ice Pillar, he can set free the Rift Herald, but looks like Polkappa, that's gonna be his super secret weapon. And that's, you know what's the funny part? Let's say if Leonardo decides, hey, I should take their Krugs, and he sees the Rift Herald. What?
What?
Why is the
Nani?
Rift Looks like the Rift Herald will be there like, surprise, it's me, Rift Herald, I was here the whole time.
And then he suddenly walks out and then bashes his head towards the bot lane turret. Instant gold out of nowhere.
And that's going to be a surprise. Waiting for UCC has not yet caught up. So far, nearing 20-minute mark, kill score 3-5. NU looking pretty good. Not huge goal lead just yet. This is still anyone's game, and Rift Herald is still anyone's game.
And as we can see, they're
Oh,
planning actually to assassinate
Be
Tristana on the
free!
top
Be
lane.
free!
He's finally freed.
This is the secret weapon. They're like, UCC, where's the Rift Herald? Man, where is it? Now they see it. That took long enough.
Yeah, maybe it took a little bit of extra time to someone, but it actually worked to their favor. Wala si Trundle kanina sa bot lane. Now you have a split pushing demon.
This is
trying
so
to-
funny. What the heck? Michelangelo just completely got caught off guard. They're like, wait, how? Where did this repel come from? And now Splinter is forced to respond to this. This is the surprise. And
Whoa.
you will be deleting Splinter Permafrost for the stack. This is going to be 2 members down. And the Rift Herald is still going to push the bot lane turret.
And talking about surprises, hindi talaga nila expect yon kasi Twitch and Lulu was way outside bot lane.
They never
So having that secret weapon of the Rift Herald worked to NU's favor, also giving them 2 kills and 2 turrets in one big push.
That's actually really worth it. I mean,
Yeah,
2
really worth
turrets
it.
with the cost of just Polkappa's life. Looks like UCC is a bit flustered and confused, but will bounce back. Seeing how Leonardo will not let that slide. He did pick up already the Runan's Hurricane. As I recall, you did mention that sometimes you see Twitches building the board first on a solo queue level instead of getting their Runans for a more team-oriented fight.
Yeah, I mean, if you get Runans, it just bolsters your ultimate. But then again, he also opted for the BF Sword first. That means he knows he has to deal damage. And he has to respect din yung damage na innate ni Tristana. So building BF Sword first and not rushing Runans head-on is a smart move by Leonardo. But kanina napansin ko din, hindi ko masyado nasabi na inuna ni Lulu yung Sightstone kaysa Ardent Sensor, which is an unpopular build path. But then again, they needed vision kasi Carnegie was just really great with her camps.
And Carnegie will be zoning out 3 members of UCC. The Ocean Drake is live, and this is going to be the second Drake of the game being contested by NU. They will take it away from UCC, so that's going to be the Ocean going towards RE, while QTS, they did get the Mountain, which is more worth it, seeing how we do see Splinter did take down Carnegie and also Leonardo in the top lane, taking down the top lane outer turret.
It's a fair trade-off for UCC. They got 1 kill, they got a turret at the
Oh,
top
look
lane,
at that,
but it seems
Michelangelo
like
getting a lot of hit. That disintegration rate is just too much. Subjugation for the softening tool. Paul Kappa will be doing his job pretty well, tanking in those turret hits, but only Michelangelo got killed for 1-for-1 trade. Carnegie is there, not there anymore.
I mean, the Orianna has been really proficient in their laning phase and also in team fights. Orianna has been assassinating left and right, and we just couldn't see it, but because it was too fast. So, Tristana having that Ninja Tabi as of now is just really great. Kapag nilaban mo na siya sa Twitch na may Infinity Edge. Again, we talked about the Borg Infinity Edge comparison. I told you that Twitch has to have a Infinity Edge in order to carry the team. And as of now, meron na. So let's see if he can
and we're
carry.
seeing the results of it. Look at the damage coming in from Leonardo. That is clever itemization.
And yun nga, pagdating sa itemization, kanina questionable kung bakit hindi ni-rush yung Ardent Sensor. But then again, they were ahead in kills. And yung Sightstone just really helped them survive the Sejuani gangs at sa bot lane. I mean, a couple were successful, pero a lot of them were avoided because of that early Sightstone from Lulu.
And so far, with what happened in the bot lane with Lulu, and seeing we're going to be seeing a repeat of it. So Leonardo, as you said, team playing damage, DPS, all of their cards are onto the Twitch.
Yeah, and if you put all of your cards into the carry, you have to have a good support. And Leonardo, as of now, 1-1 and 6, has been showing up. I mean, Lulu being a support that isn't really that tanky, usually gets focus fired first. But then again, you just can't discount the damage that Twitch can bring. So you have no choice but to hit Twitch first. And having a Lulu with a polymorph and a wild growth, that will be hard for NU to kill that Twitch early on.
And the fact that the Ardent Sensor is going to further boost the damage of Leonardo. And the Mountain Drake will be alive. Will be the next Drake alive. The Baroness offered taken most probably after the second Mountain Drake. If ever UCC does get it, this is going to be a very fast Drake. Seeing how Leonardo is on a Twitch, that is not even going to last because that Twitch is going to be so painful thanks to the Mountain Drake buff.
Also, we have to take note that Orianna already completed her Rabadon's death cap, which further empowers her shockwaves and all those game-changing plays possible if Splinter lands his ultimate. I mean, an Orianna with a Rabadon's this early, if they might be able to close up the game. Might. But again, they have a Janna on the other side. So if ever Orianna fails to execute someone...
Great job by Carnegie, sitting and waiting at the Raptor camp, waiting for Leonardo. Looks like he did use his ultimate, so that will be one ultimate down for both teams. Carnegie and Leonardo's ultimate will not be available in the next clash.
And speaking of clashes, they have to respect Trundle's split pushing capability, so they just can't let Trundle stay in one lane and let the others push.
Oh.
And as of now, we can see Trundle having a 2v1 moment.
Oh, look at the damage coming in from Paul Kappa. He does not care. And it looks like the chop is doing the good works, but the barrier and the shield from Donatello. You better commend that guy. He's doing a really good job supporting Leonardo. And now with Paul Kappa gone, death damage is pretty huge. There is the Monsoon, and that is a heavy price that NU will have to pay.
And heavy price it is. 2 of their tanks now gone. 1 minute until the next dragon. Baron is up. They might be opting for Baron or the first turret in the mid lane. And now if you think about it, na wala ng tanks and you have a Vel'Koz and a Tristana, you have no choice but to give up objectives.
I just gotta see what happened there was pure overconfidence. I think Paul Kappa didn't even expect that Donatello will be such a huge hindrance to his DPS.
Yeah, and that polymorph just really killed his chances to kill the Twitch. And now they're opting for the Baron. It is a risky Baron. We see a teleport coming in from NU.
Looks like this will be Paul Kappa's redeeming moment. We'll see. Frontline, Icebility there for the slow zone. Inside his domain, polymorph. Paul Kappa backs off. Shockwave! 3-man Shockwave for the instant burst. Leonardo will be the one cleaning it up.
3-man Shockwave from a 3-1-3 Orianna with a Rabadon's death cap is just lethal for NU. They can't let that happen in several fights, but NU Carlisle might be able to find Twitch. And no, she doesn't.
Oh, this is pretty risky. Bayer, look at Donatello. He's very low on health. Same as Michelangelo and Raphael, because the ADC can't even help in this Baron. So this is going to be a very, very slow Baron take.
Very, very slow indeed. And Carlisle might be able to throw clutch tornadoes. And Carnegie does have Smite.
And note that Carnegie also has Glacial Prison. This could be an easy steal. Oh, it will not be a steal. Sadly, it will still be the red team taking away the Baron buff.
So much damage coming from Orianna. They weren't scared to take that Baron. They had faith in their smiter there. And here's a replay of the clash that happened. We have to take note that Vel'Koz didn't have flash here. So nasama siya sa Shockwave. 3-man Shockwave, it's an automatic win for UCC already, given na may Rabadon's death cap na and a lot of damage from that W as well. And
look at that. After the Baron was
they
taken,
traded.
Yeah, they traded for a mountain. That's pretty smart. That's how you compensate for what you've lost.
And speaking of compensation, kahit nakakuha ng Dragon ang UCC and they're up 7 kills, surprisingly 1k lang gold lead nila. NU is really keeping the pace of the game a little bit towards their favor, but then again, they have to respect the power spike UCC has right now.
And no far, another clash will break out, and seeing how Leonardo is just doing a really good job scaring away the members of NU. The redemption is there for the reset of the fight. Looks like Glacial Prison only on to that one-time Splinter. Gets taken out. That Orianna is removed from the fight. This is a lot of damage away. Removed from UCC. A comeback for NU. And the resets from Pixelated will finish up the fight next onto Donatello maybe. But will not happen. He's just too fast.
Now, yan yung mangyayari if your one carry is just the fattest carry in your team. We can see that Twitch does deal damage, but then again, it's Oriana who's been carrying the team in team fights, and having that carry instantly removed with no reaction at all, is just a morale downer so much for UCC that NU right now is just pushing towards the inhibitor turret.
And NU knows who's the most high priority target. It's obviously the Oriana. You remove the Oriana. It was a really clever move. Removing the Oriana removes so many things away from UCC.
Now here's a replay of what happened at the bottom lane. Immediate stun by Carnegie, and then that Death Ray just immediately erases Oriana out of that fight. And after that, we can see UCC a little bit of panic there. Kahit nag-teleport yung Maokai, they began running away, giving Tristana the time to free hit around them.
When you remove a champion, a champion who really contributes so much to a team clash like Oriana, damage, CC, lockdown, if 4 members get caught by the shockwave, you can instantly burst down so many people there. I mean, you may not be able to do the killing blow, but you will deal so much damage so that your ADC can even clean up for you. But since the Oriana was removed, that's how anyone will fight. If they repeat this again, they might just win the game.
Yeah, and to think na kahit wala yung Oriana, meron naman silang Twitch that can deal the same amount of damage, to be honest.
Oh, look at Leonardo. Great job. Righteous Glory popped in, but they will not engage.
Alright, we can see Vel'Koz popped his flash again. And naging constant trend na dito na tuwing nagpa-flash si Vel'Koz, the next fight will be towards UCC's favor.
Or this could be the trend where as soon as Vel'Koz has his flash, it's always on cooldown immediately.
I mean, it's just smart for UCC to make sure that Vel'Koz has zero mobility in fights because he deals just so much damage kahit lamang si Oriana in kills. Because that true damage passive from Vel'Koz just melts down any magic resist you build. Adaptive Helm won't help you in this situation.
And especially the fact that sustained damages will really outscale, and no matter how much defensive stats you get, that Vel'Koz with a true damage will just be the killing blow towards UCC's front tank lineup.
And speaking of true damage, pag inisip mo yung composition pala ng National University, they have this composition that's anti-tank in a sense. And you can't just pick Vayne kasi in this meta. A Vayne would have been perfect for this anti-tank composition. They have Trundle, they have Vel'Koz. But then again, Tristana just has this great sieging potential, and they need to have that sieging potential for them to win. And yung Trundle with the Subjugate just melts down any tank that tries to go in for Tristana.
Most definitely, especially the fact that, in a way, that when the Vel'Koz does manage to fully challenge, he may not have mobility, but he does still have the protection. That's all he can back on. Protection. He has the barrier, he has the Janna for the monsoon. At least hope for that reset that they really need at this point of the game.
And we can see that UCC is aware that building a lot of magic resist won't really help. So we can see Maokai opting for the Thornmail Sunfire and Tabby instead. And having that game knowledge as a player just gives you more efficiency in building your items. Kasi alam na nila na hindi pa nagsayang sila ng gold to building that adaptive helm that probably won't work against plays. You're just wasting your gold, and wasting your gold is very lethal to your own self.
And so far, two teams, they both have their Mountain Drakes. Now this is going to complement Pixelated so well, and now things are looking pretty good. Look at Raphael, he's so beefy, so hard, so healthy. And now for Paul Kappa, otherwise he can just completely steal that away. I mean, thanks for making tank stats for me. Now let me just take that away from you and just make you completely useless.
Now come to think of it, Janna has been underperforming a little bit. 1 and 4 assists only. But she made it up. She actually got CS, more CS than the Lulu, 25 CS, and maybe kaya siya nakakasabay sa items na may Solaris siya and Redemption. And 35 minutes inside the game, and it's still anybody's game, but looks like NU is taking Baron right now.
And Janna has more gold, that's why he was able to be more defensive. And the Baron has been secured by NU, but will that happen? Leonardo with the spray and pray is doing a really good job, dealing so much damage, but the disintegration ray over the wall will just zone out Paul Kappa. So Flash So many resources burned, but at the end, National University comes out on top in terms of objectives. Securing the Baron is so important.
National University getting that Baron clean and no casualties is just really good for them. Pero ito nga yung nangyari kanina. Anyone who got Baron, the other team gets Dragon. Sadly for them, it's just a Cloud Drake. But then again, that's better than no objective trades. So now that NU has Baron and Velko's Flash is almost up, we might see a winning team fight for NU again, unless UCC forces that Flash out of the Velkos.
Most definitely. When the Flash is up, I bet my sweet dollar that that Flash will be instantly on cooldown. Seeing how if Leonardo has like a timer on him, I bet he has like a stopwatch. Oh, it's 5 minutes already. Okay, time to go
Time
for
to
Blaze.
go for Shockwave.
Time to go for the Shockwave. Time to scare away Blaze again. This is going to be what UCC will do. They'll just scare them away and make them chicken out with a summoner spell.
But looking at the Baron fight early on, that could have gone super well for NU if only nasa range yung Disintegration Ray. Kasi Trundle was in position to sa backline. But then again, hindi umabot yung Disintegration Ray. But good thing, Trundle had Flash and no casualties. Now they're having a great wave towards top lane and mid lane.
What a long game. 36 minutes into the game, nearing 37 minutes. Everything right now, everyone is so stacked, especially the Carnegie, Raphael, and that's going to be completely useless because Leonardo has the Giant Slayer passive with the Lord Dominic's Regards. That's going to be very painful, not to mention the Static Shift and the Infinity Edge. Who deals more damage right now? Is it the Twitch or the Tristana, I wonder? Is it the Twitch,
I
though?
think it's the Twitch if given the chance. But again, Tristana needs to pop her bombs if you want damage. So if she isn't able to pop her bombs, Twitch will, and will most of the time deal more damage than her.
Oh, Blaze's Flash is up, and looks like Leonardo was like, maybe I should try and scare him away. But this time, this is different because they have the Baron buff. They have to be a bit more conservative, be a bit more safe, and
This is the split pushing demon right there.
At this point, I don't know how UCC can even come back. At this point, they need a miracle to actually try and come back from this game. In a way, it's so difficult. They just have to wait out. If Leonardo can easily deal so much damage, this could be the turning point. They
We
still
have
a
to
good
take note of
chance.
Orianna. Orianna has been known for making those miracles happen.
Here it comes. This could be the miracle. There comes the Aegis. But the Disintegration Ray is just too much. Instantly deletes a Splinter. And now with that said, Pixelated weaving in and out of fight. Leonardo is still alive. This could be the only hope for UCC. He gets the double, gets the buster shot. He does get away, but Paul Kappa is there. Look at the CC coming in for Blaze, and Blaze managed to help and kill Raphael with only 2 members. And I think this is going to be, or could be, game set with a National University maybe winning the game.
And talking about miracles, with the moment we said about Orianna's ability to create those miracles happen, he immediately misses his Shockwave. And after that missed Shockwave is to a well-positioned Twitch who's opting to make that miracle happen for his team. But then again, okay, here's a replay of what happened at the mid lane. And now this is the time where they're defending their inhibitor at the mid lane. You can take note of the Orianna Shockwave that doesn't really hit anybody. But then again, Twitch was in a really good position to deal a lot of damage. But that Trundle just really dealt more presence and more damage in the sense na the Subjugate just really melted the tanks.
And with that said, this is going to be very difficult for UCC to bounce back. More extended fights here. It's going to be more casualties after another. Looks like the Elder Drake and Baron will be live. This just could be the last chance for UCC.
And both of them in 1 minute.
Looks like Reckless Glory being popped. There's the slow. And the shock, what? A shockwave onto Paul Kappa. That is one ultimate down. 3, okay, that's too much. A bit excessive, UCC. But when your back is against the wall, you would do everything to try and win this game.
Well, at least they removed the split pushing demon for 55 seconds out of the game. They can recall now, and defend their base as long as Tristana doesn't pop it in 5 seconds. So we can see Maokai popping his ulti off, but it's just for the disengage, just to make sure that they can't push bottom lane.
So looks like Polkappa will respawn just in time for the party. Elder Drake will be live, and as soon as the Elder Drake gets taken, whoever wins the Elder Drake fight obviously gets a double prize, the Baron buff perhaps.
Yeah, and thinking about it, kung manalo yung NU sa Dragon fight na yon, I think they can opt to end the game. Open yung top lane, open yung mid lane, they can just push if they win the Dragon. But they don't even need the Baron anymore. But looks like NU wants to fight UCC before they start the Dragon.
They would need a miracle right now for UCC to come back from this deficit.
And just look at Vel'Koz zoning them out. Ang kitid ng daan na dadaanan ng UCC para makapasok sa Dragon. And now Donatello down to half health.
They're waiting out. This is very crucial. If they manage to mess up this Elder Drake contest, this will cost them the game because Baron is going to be live now. Baron is live right now, so much pressure.
And we can't see any flank wards for NU there, so Trundle just has to walk his way towards the backline if ever they do decide to fight. But looks like they will start for the Dragon.
Michelangelo has teleport, so he will be teleporting right now. Has Nature's grabs. Here comes Leonardo with a great position. He does take down plays and he will continuously deal damage. He does get shield and a 2-man shockwave to protect Leonardo. He gets the double kill, and this is going to be a cleanup triple kill for UCC.
A triple kill for Leonardo and also Elder. It's also a Baron for UCC. And what to take note of that fight was the great positioning of the ward for Maokai to teleport in, and also the positioning of the Twitch. And we have to take note din yung sa shockwave ni Orianna that stopped Trundle from attacking Twitch to death.
This could be the comeback for UCC. Baron and Elder, they have all the resources and damage to fight back.
And now this is what happens sa Elder Drake fight natin kanina. And Leonardo just popped Vel'Koz out of that fight. Considering na yung build niya was the IE and Runans, this has just been a really great team fight for UCC because of prior positioning and preparation to contest that Dragon.
The positioning was just superior and rewarding. And now they will be taking away the mid lane inhibitor turret. So this is going to be UCC, Miracle coming back strong. This is what they needed.
And by miracle, the gold lead is finally equalized, both in 78k. And we have both teams with Mountain Drakes, so it is equalized as well. But then again, NU has this Ocean Drake, which I think is a better Drake in terms of pushing. Because yung Cloud Drake, it just gives you movement speed. And as of now, rotations isn't as important as it was no mid-game and early game. Because right now, you just have to group up, make sure you win your team fight. And unless if you're NU who has to split push in order to win, that Cloud Drake isn't really useful in this time.
Almost 45 minutes into the game, kill score 30 to 20, gold lead. We don't care because it's equalizing right now. And so far, it's all about how you itemize at this very, very moment, crucial moment for NU.
And look how fast they are pushing with that Elder Drake buff. We have to take note na yung Mountain Drake na yan, na-amplify pa yan ng Elder Drake. Not just the burn damage, but the prior Drakes as well.
Could this be UCC's turnaround for this game? They have a really good chance since Elder Drake gave 250 gold, Baron gave 300. That's so much gold.
Mid lane is also putting pressure now. They can't defend top lane unless they want to give up some Nexus turrets.
They have to give up this inhibitor turret, I guess, because they do want to actually save some parts of their base. So far, there will be the redemption for the heal. Huge heal value.
And with that redemption, just resets UCC's team fight if ever they will fight with a healthy team. And that redemption just gives UCC more options. Actually, that option is going to bottom lane and trying to choke NU out, and Glacial Prison misses.
And Carnegie will be wasting his ultimate there. Glacial Prison not available. 4 ultimates are up for NU, while UCC, they are ready to go all in. Leonardo has both summoners, so he will be surviving too. So this is going to be the last inhibitor turret standing for National University.
They don't have Elder Drake anymore. This might be the fight that NU wants.
This will be the reverse, and then just grabs for the lockdown. I don't see anyone. I don't even see Blaze doing his work. Two-man shockwave, but there's no disintegration rate. A bit too late. His members and teams are already dead by now, with Leonardo dealing so much damage. Could be UCC fighting back National University.
Great casket there by Gragas. Binato niya sa backline, nagkaroon ng sobrang tagal na delay yung damage ng NU to fight for their tanks. And by the time na natapos na yung CC sa kanila, their tanks were already melted by Twitch. And as of now, we can see 3 members of NU trying to defend their base and 5 people from UCC still alive trying to finish the game. But the Jana snipes with a Q.
This is going to be a turnaround with Leonardo. His damage is getting reduced thanks to Trundle. This could be UCC overcommitting. Perhaps Leonardo is alive. He does get a huge speed boost and the shield from the Lulu, but he does get mauled down by Paul Kappa. Donatello will be trying to get away. Those are heavy timers onto Leonardo. Almost a minute, 61 seconds before, and this is going to be reset again. Pretty close call for National University.
3 inhibitors down, 5v3. They managed to defend their base with a well-timed Janna Q, and we have to take note, Janna has Rabadons now. That tornado will deal damage.
And the Monsoon will heal so much, and Paul Kappa. I like this guy.
He knows that the death timers are heavy, and as a split pushing demon, he has to do his job to split push and giving his team an inhibitor in the middle lane. At least that equalizes a little bit yung paglabas ng mga waves, and they can fight their minions.
Oh my goodness, this could be... Oh my goodness, this is Donatello away from the fight. So one member down again. 1 minute death timer are huge. Splinter just got back from the dead. He might just return. Here comes Nature's Grab with the Righteous Glory closing in onto Pixelated.
Oriana is caught.
So much CC. The Splinter gets taken out by the Permafrost, and Leonardo gets taken out. This is National University perhaps turning around the fight, but no, Michelangelo and Raphael doing a lot of damage against Paul Kappa. I'm getting there now.
Look at their base. Look at their base.
Whoa. Look at the base. Oh, you're right. This is going to be a race. Oh my goodness. Teleport. Michelangelo has teleport. What's going to happen? Look at a huge minion wave coming from the bot lane. They can't come in anymore.
I'm lost for words. Trundle should go back to his base right now. Death timers are heavy. Vel'Koz is defending their base all alone.
They're not letting him go. And Paul Kappa, I don't want to die. Let me live.
They're just extending the death timer for Trundle as of now. Objective still not up. A minute until Baron is up, but now here's a replay of what happened on the Nexus fight actually. So this is where the 3v5 happens, and the tornado just snipes Oriana out of that fight. Now it's a 4v3 and a healthy Vel'Koz. They have to back off. UCC with a Maokai that isn't healthy, you have no front, and you have no front actually. Raphael, his only job is disposition, and without damage, they practically can't do anything.
They just see the undying Keystone at the work for Trundle. He really lasted so long. He'll be alive right now. Full members, 5v5. Let's get it on. This is going to be Nexus is exposed. 3 Z0 portals.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a smart build as of now. You can't let UCC's minions take your own base while you try to win the game. So props to NU for building all those Zizirot portals. It's a really smart decision, while 2 inhibitors are open for UCC. And Baron is indeed up. UCC can take this Baron very fast. And what will NU do? Will they contest Baron?
No. They get this Baron, they might secure the game. That's no inhibitors.
And it is an uncontested Baron for UCC. Might mean the game for NU, since empowered minions, those ZZ-Rot portals won't do a thing against those empowered minions.
Not to mention no more Nexus turrets for NU to focus on. At this point, Leonardo can just ignore everyone, go straight towards the Nexus. They can just hit the Nexus without a care in the world.
But you know, if they do that, if they ignore Vel'Koz, Vel'Koz might just erase them from the game, and we have to take note that the death timers are just really high right now. The stakes are really great for both of the teams actually.
I would just say go for the Nexus. That's going to be a sure victory if they just go for the Nexus. But see, look at Leonardo. Let's go for the Nexus.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Michelangelo trying to position himself properly. Raphael gets color guard, ice pillar, and the cast forward, the displacement, and the disintegration ray will just kill off Donatello. Leonardo is alive. There's the Monsoon. Only one member got caught by the shockwave. Splinter tries to back off with Leonardo caught in the fray. Redemption is there. It will be National University fighting back strong despite with the Baron buff. UCC cannot survive the damage, and that's going to be the ace.
This might mean game for NU. Heavy death timers for UCC, and we have to look at that fight where Carnegie, those flash instincts, he threw that ultimate knowing that Lulu is out of position, and having no support in a late game team fight just means your hyper carry will die easily into a Vel'Koz Trundle composition. Twitch just didn't have the support he needed to kite around that fight.
Oh my god. They're doing all the stuff they can, and I think
Zerot.
the Zerots are doing magic, and I guess this is going to be a game set because National University, they are going to be securing 2 turrets and
8 seconds and Gragas, so might be a miracle play.
Yeah, I guess this is game set.
I know.
Okay. Congratulations to National University for winning against University of Caloocan City. Congratulations towards NU. RA, what an explosive game, tug of war. I thought that UCC had a chance to come back, but the plays with the Elder Drake and the Baron was more than enough to throw off UCC.
Yeah, it was so intense na nagkakabalik-baliktad yung mano. May flash si Vel'Koz, mawawala yung flash niya, the UCC wins a fight, then NU wins a fight, trading objectives left and right, but ultimately, in the late game where the death timers are heavy, it all boils down to one great play or one mistake by the team. And in that sense, Carnegie had that clutch stun on Lulu, making sure that it was a 4v5 on their last fight.
And let's go on to the endgame stat to see a breakdown on what happened in such a long period of game. And I think the one thing that I noticed the most was the Twitch, the Orianna, had a slow start. But when it came to the late game, it was a beast.
Yeah.
But when it came to the Maokai, the Trundle, the Gragas, I don't think their deaths even matter because their death always equate to more kills for the carries.
Yeah, true. And speaking of feeding the carries, having that Orianna with the early Rabadons again earlier, it just spiked the power of UCC, and to think na that Orianna had assassination story to Janna, but then again he choked at the end. That tornado from Janna saved his team.
I gotta say, the Orianna that got slammed under the turret, that was the
Game-changer
game-changing moment because if Orianna did not die there, I gotta say, I think UCC would have won that game.
Yeah, UCC could have ended there if Orianna was able to survive, given that he could have shielded the others when Trundle tried to
and there's the slope with the resonance and the dissonance. I gotta say,
the tornado is the Hail Mary tornado of that
the
game.
Howling Gale was going to be the winning point. But of course, the viewers out there, stay tuned for the next game. It'll be UCEP versus ADDU. This is the third game of today's stream. And let's get on to the total damage dealt to champions and see 76,000 damage dealt by this Twitch.
I mean, ang makakasabay lang sa damage niya sa kabila was Vel'Koz because he was dealing true damage. And to think na Twitch was just great itemization. The Giant Slayer passive really helped bolster that damage, 76k.
So with that said, I guess that was a pretty exhausting game for both teams. A 60, almost
an
hour long game. Their stamina has been tested, but we'll see you after the short break. Once again, we have been your shoutcasters. I am Vulcan, and with me was Uwame. See you after the short break for the game between UCEP versus ADDU.
backcourt from NU, a fight will break down.
And this could be an overcommitting from UCC. Polkava is there subjugating Splinter. He's very soft right now. They're grouping up and they are backing away. And that's going to be free! Free full channel ultimate from Blaze, but the Monsoon will be the resetting tool for the heal, and Blaze is just being completely ignored. Everyone is focusing on the Pixelated, and look at the two tanks just chasing that soft ADC.
Where's the barrier?
Is there for the slow zone. Inside his domain, Polymorph, Polkava backs off. Shockwave! 3-man Shockwave for the instant burst. Leonardo will be the one cleaning it up.
3-man
That was our Splinter gets taken out. That Oriana is removed from the fight. This is a lot of damage away. Removed from UCC. A comeback for NU. And the recess from Pixelated will finish up the fight next onto Donatello.
Oriana. Oriana has been known for making those miracles happen.
Here it comes. This could be the miracle. There comes the H-Snap. But the disintegration ray is just too much. Instantly deletes Splinter. And now with that said, Pixelated weaving in and out of fight. Leonardo is still alive. This could be the only hope for UCC. He gets the double, gets the buster shot. He does get away, but Polkava is there. Look at the CC coming in for Blaze, and Blaze managed to help and kill Raphael. We're going to see members grabs. Here comes Leonardo with a great position. He does take down Blaze, and he will continuously deal damage. He does get shot, and a 2-man Shockwave to protect Leonardo. He gets the double kill, and this is going to be a cleanup triple kill for UCC.
The fight that NU wants.
This could be the reverse, and then just grabs for the lockdown. I don't see anyone. I don't even see Blaze doing his work. 2-man Shockwave, but there's no disintegration rate. A bit too late. His members and teams are already dead by now. With Leonardo dealing so much damage, could be UCC fighting back National University.
Great casket there by Gragas. Pinato niya sa backline.
This
Nagkaroon
could
ng
be UCC overcommitting. Perhaps Leonardo is alive. He does get a huge speed boost and the shield from the Lulu. But he does go closing in onto Pixelated.
Oriana is caught.
So much CC. The Splinter gets taken out by the Permafrost, and Leonardo gets taken out. This is National University, perhaps turning on the fight, but no, Michelangelo and Raphael doing a lot of damage against Polkava. And I'm getting there now.
Look at their base. Look at their base.
Look at the base. Oh, you're right. This is going to be a race. Oh my goodness. Teleport. Michelangelo has teleport. What's going to happen? So look at a huge minion wave coming from the bot lane. They can't come in anymore. Michelangelo trying to position himself properly. Raphael gets color guard, Ice Pillar, and the cast for the displacement. And the disintegration ray will just kill off Donatello. Leonardo is alive. There's the Monsoon. Only one member got caught by the Shockwave. Splinter tries to back off with Leonardo caught in the fray. Redemption is there. It will be National University fighting back strong despite with the Baron buff. UCC cannot survive the damage, and that's going to be the ace.
This might
possibly
mean
congratulations to National University for winning against University of Caloocan City. Congratulations towards NU or a what an
Not enough Garena shells to buy the latest League of Legends skin? On sale now? Get shells anytime, anywhere with your Globe or Touch mobile number. Go to gamer.com.ph and sign up with your mobile number and enter the verification code you will receive via SMS. Log in and choose the game and pin you want. Check out to purchase the pin with your load or through your postpaid account and receive the pin on your phone instantly. Never miss a sale on your favorite League of Legends skins and champions with Gamer.